This is if the United States and China alliance and everybody else in the world declared war on them. But before we continue, this is my first video where you can hop into Agents of Conflict, and there will also be roadblocks. So currently this is what the United States and China look like. Order of Washington, I feel like we should turn this into China/US since that'll be easier. Yeah, China/US. But we also have to turn it into one nation. Second thing, with all this land, they are not even the #1 spot. Russia still beats them currently in this game. Let's see how long that lasts. So, of course, with everyone declaring war, the United States would probably have it the easiest. They are the #1 country so far. They might actually be #2. And they don't have many people that can send troops instantly. And I feel like it won't be that hard for them to capture this area. And after that, they'll just take over all of Canada. There won't be much fight. That'll make them much bigger. Also, Greenland is literally just a puppet state. So we don't see Greenland also being able to fight back since they're literally practically a puppet state. So now, Mexico. Mexico would fall after full pressure, but would put a little bit of a stand. The Bahamas, along with everyone else, might be able to actually move it. The Bahamas will make an alliance with everyone here, and they'll push into Florida. But they'll face the US/Chinese threat, just the US at this rate. But over there, they make significant gains. They also take over Iceland and this area of Russia. Alaskan troops, though, the first attempt, well, let's just say that the first attempt is going to be on the Alaskan border. Alaskan troops will be able to make a move, and they'll connect with the Chinese troops, so now they have a strong front line. South Korea and Japan will be destroyed at that rate. Mongolia will also fall. They don't have enough army to stand a threat. India/Chinese border will be harder, so I feel like they're just going to march over here, where the Philippines and Taiwan will not be able to do much. With no support from the US, though, this would get messy, as a lot of people rely on the support, and I feel like after a while, all of Oceania will fall. After that, the Russian troops will make a gain, though, taking back some land and also taking Mongolia back. The alliance is strengthening, but they're focusing more on Chinese/US or China/US over here because they've expanded more, which kind of means that South America gets slapped around until aid from they'll just unite on the Ivory Coast arrives. At that rate, though, the US will just bomb Ivory Coast, new gain land, and at that rate, South America will fall. After this, though, we will see a lot more of a mess, as troops will now make it over here and land over here, and also will land over here and over here. United Kingdom will fall, but after this, they won't have enough troops to advance, and India will take advantage of that, moving into China, with Nepal and Bhutan joining for safety. Russia will take back their land. Kazakhstan will also move in over here. But that rate, there's a problem, as now, to take all that, they also expended a lot of troops. And the problem is they didn't think about Madagascar landing over here, and troops, and they have naval superiority, meaning that they just control the straits, which ultimately ends in everyone near water being destroyed. Takes a lot of troops though, and they won't be able to move past Turkey. The main efforts now are just over here with so many troops dying that they can't move in further. At that rate, all the troops left in Africa will make a push, and we'll actually be able to liberate a lot of the land. India will also be able to seize land and connect with the troops, while Russia will make gains over here, taking back the land that was lost over there, and also making a push into Greenland and Iceland and freeing the United Kingdom. Though at that rate, the Chinese/US troops will be able to make significant gains as seeing India, because I see India as the main threat. Troops will move up here, and eventually India will fall. After this, the population is not on their people's side. They do make gains and actually free Japan. Russia's doing well. Ukraine is just pretty much all that's left. Because Ukrainian troops, along with a lot of our troops from many different countries, will move in here. But then troops over here will make significant gains, as the Ukrainian army is not meant for attack currently. It's meant for a very good defense, and it will not be able to hold an offensive, and I don't think anybody else after that will be able to stop the threat. After this, troops will threaten Moscow, and that will force Russia to pull back from a lot of their area. Egypt and all the rest of their allies will eventually get crushed here. At this rate, it's only Russia and a few other countries they freed. And at that rate, the troops get surrounded, Moscow gets taken, and Russia gets obliterated. And that is if China and the US teamed up to beat everyone else in the world, or well, they allied in the world decided to attack them. I might be wrong a lot of times here. I bet that there would be a lot more than a few deaths. There will be probably over 1 billion deaths in this war. And we also are discounting nukes. There are bombs allowed, but not nukes, otherwise the whole entire world would already be obliterated. Well, subscribe if you enjoyed the video.